Right, let's get this playtest started. Thank you for joining. If you're joining the live or reviewing this once it's been live, I know the mic isn't that great, but I will be investing in some better mics soon. So I'm going to start off this live stream as a bit of a play test of a new faction, which is the Deadeye Sisters, and I'm also going to be showing the new app layout and the new game mechanics, things like nerve tests and falling back and falling off the table, retreating off the table, not falling off the table. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I've already created two parties. I'm going to go to the Showdown that I've created for both of these. Which is this one. So here, these will be the Deadeye Daughters, and on the right will be the Marshals. So let's join in. So there's my parties that I've got. Now I need to set up the board. So setting up the board is quite straightforward. We need to get our 3 characters that are in each party and place them on the table. But first off, let's do some scenery setup, and let's put some of the objectives on the board. So let me get my scenery out. Right, we'll be playing from here. From one party will be deploying here, the other party will be deploying on the other side. So I always like to make the scenery quite symmetrical, so it's fair. Let's have 3 boxes like that. Let's have a set of cacti there, set of cacti there. Let's do a fence here. And we'll do the same on the other side. We'll have a fence about here. These obviously class as cover. So let's put some objectives down. I've got a signpost, which will be 1. Let's stick it there. Campfire, which will be another, it can go there. And a chest, which can go here. Let's stick some barrels down for some extra cover. Let's put 2 there. Let's put 1 there. Let's put 1 there actually. 1 there. And these 2 can go here. Like that. Symmetrical. Let's get some rocks going. Let's have a big rock, I don't know, here. Let's have another big rock here. Let's have a slightly smaller rock there, which is a big water cover. Let's put them there. Let's put some here and here. And let's go for 1 there. And there. It's a good start for having the scenery. Next then, what we need to do is we need to get the parties. So we've got, for the Deadeye Daughters, or the Daughters of Death, which I've called them, we need a matron, a pistolera, and a crosshair. So let's have a look at the newly painted models. So, pistolera, crosshair, which is like a sniper girl, and we'll have this one. So we've got here, we'll have her as the matron, her as the crosshair, and her as the pistolera. So these girls can start from this side. Let's get a couple of markers. We've got the matron on 1, the pistolera on 2, and the crosshair on 3. Let's get the markers. The matron is on 1. Pistolera, I think, was 2. And the crosshair is 3. So they are now marked up. It's a shame I can't get the full width on TikTok, but whatever. That's why you should be viewing through YouTube. Right, so the next one we need a marshal, a deputy, and a posse scout. Right, let's have him as the marshal, deputy, and posse scout. These 3 here. So we'll have him as the marshal. Let's get the markers out. Marshal being number 1. Deputy being number 2. And the scout is number 3. That's then marked. So, next thing we need to do is we need to place them on the table. And it looks like the Scots lawmen are going first, so we can place one first. And it's 6 inches from the back. So let's go and do. We've got some cover straight away here, so let's put him there. And then it's the Daughters of Death to choose to place one. Let's do the same, 6 inches. The matron's there. And then we're going to be doing the Scots lawman with the deputy. Do them in any order you want, to be honest. Have a deputy right next to the marshal. Pistolera, let's do the same. Let's get her next to the matron. And the scout, the posse scout, I think we should have the posse scout over here. And then the crosshair, I think we probably do the same. Let's get her placed over here, 6 inches. Now then. Right, so then it's the first go. So hopefully everything is looking good on the stream. Still got the cameras, we've got the app. You see everyone's placed. Let's start by, let's go with the posse scout first. Because he's quite, he's not in cover, so let's move him up into cover. What weapons have we given the posse scout? Given him a shotgun, that's a shame. It's only got a range of 8. So, what's his movement? It's quite fast. He can move 10. Where's 10 going to get us? We can jump straight over the fence if we want. So 10 will get us there. You have to be within 1 inch to be getting cover. He's not in range. So what we'll do is, I think, for the posse scout, we'll confirm that first movement. And I think we're just going to move again to get into cover. Let's move him into cover here. So he's got the objective and he has the cover because of the box that's there. Now then, that's end turn for the Scots Lawman. And we'll go over to the Daughters of Death. Now the crosshair is the bit of a sniper. So let's move her up first to get a bit of cover. She can move 7 inches. So let's go 7 inches. Like over here, that's definitely 7 inches. So she's got cover behind this fence, which would be classed as half hard cover. Now, because she has a sniper type of gun, which is called the Whitworth rifle, it's got a range of 48 inches, so that would mean she's probably got range anyone on the board. Yeah, because that's 22, 23, 24. So she probably will shoot at the, I think she should shoot at the deputy. The deputy. So she's moved. Did we log the movement? Yes, she's got 1 action point left. So that means we're going to use the weapon on number 2, the deputy. Let's target her. And the deputy is behind half hard cover. That means I need to get a 7 or below to hit her. So let's give that a go. And a 1, brilliant. So that's a hit. Now roll 2 d12, each 8 or above will wound. 2 d12s, that's a 7 and a 9. So that's 1 wound. So let's mark that down, 1 wound, confirm. Now you can see a message has come up and says the deputy has taken 1 wound. Now we need to do a nerve test. So the deputy needs to roll a 6 or below to pass. Let's see if the deputy gets a 6 or below. He does. Passes. And that's the Daughters of Death's turn completed. Now then, next turn for the Marshals. Now then, what did I give the US Marshal? He has got, oh, he's got 2 guns. That's a bit silly. He's got a carbine and a Winchester. What items? He's got bandages. So the carbine has a range of 18 inches. Let's have a look, see if the US Marshal's got anyone in range here. He's already got a bit of cover. 18 inches. No, of course not. We've got 24 there. Good aim for the crosshair. What should we do? Should we do that? Should we move him up? I think we should move them up to those cacti. Let's go for a move of 8 inches. So that's like there. So the US Marshal has moved up to those cacti. And then he will use his, well, I would say he uses his carbine because it gives 2 damage if he hits. And I think we've got a range of 18. She must be in range. Yep, 15. So, going to target the Pistolera. No, the crosshair. And she is behind half hard cover, which is a 5 or below. And he misses. But because she was shot at, she still needs to do a nerve test, but it's got no penalty. So she has a nerve test of an 8 or below. Let's see if she passes. I do, pass. So the crosshair, she's staying there. She passed a nerve test. And that's the Marshal's end turn. And we move over to the Daughters of Death. Now we've got the Pistolera or the Matron left. What weapons I've given the Matron? The carbine. And the Pistolera has probably got dual pistols with range of 12. Matron's range of 18 with a carbine. Now then, Pistolera. She's got a movement at 8. She can move over to that barrel and shoot that Marshal. So let's have a look. Pistolera, let's have a look at the stats. Move 8, that's good. So let's move the Pistolera 8 inches. Pistolera is going to move 8. Up to here. And then going to shoot number 3 on the Marshal side, which is the Posse Scout with her dual pistols, and she's going to shoot the Posse Scout, and the Posse Scout is behind half hard cover, so it's a 6 or below to hit. She hits. Now it's 2d12. 6s or above will wound. That's 2 wounds. Posse Scout has taken 2 wounds, and because he's been hit, his nerve test has now been modified by -2, so he needs to get 5 or below. His nerve test. Oops. 7 and he fails. So we click fail here on the nerve test. He has to retreat 3 inches away from the attacker. So that's the attacker there. 3 inches away is there. So we've actually pushed that marshal out of the cover and away from the objective. So we do have a choice here to say whether or not he's fled off the table or he's still on the table. No, it's still on the table. Posse Scout's retreated 3 inches, and that's the end of the turn. So now it's back to the marshals go. But now we can see the Posse Scout has only got 1 health out of 3. That's a bit worrying. Now the deputy, I think, has got bandages. Can he run over? He's only got movement of 7. He's quite far away. Even double movement will get him there. So let's move him. Let's move him there. So he's on his way over there. So that's 1 movement. And then what weapons does the deputy have? He has a 12-inch revolver. 12 inches. He's not going to be anywhere near him. So he could just move another 7 to there. The deputy has moved another 7 inches. And that's their turn. Now then, who we've got left is the matron. What has she got? She's got a carbine. So it's an 18-inch. And she can move 8. 18 inches, and she can move 8. Just in range. So she could probably stay there and shoot that Posse Scout twice. Let's do that. Matron's going to have a go on the Posse Scout, see if we can kill the Posse Scout. He's not in cover anymore, so she needs an 8 or below to hit. 5, she's hit. Two D12 sixes or above to wound. The Posse Scout could be dead here. Yep. That's 1 wound, confirmed. The Posse Scout is dead. Let's put him down like that. Ugh. Did Posse Scout down. The Daughters of Death seem to be doing quite well here. Well, she's got another action point to use. So what should her action point be? Well, her action point then, I think, will be to move there. Keep the number 1 next to her. So that's an action of a move. Back over to the Marshal's turn. Now, as you can see, the Posse Scout is dead, but we have both our other characters available now to take an action. So we've got the Marshal or the Deputy. The Deputy has the revolver. The Marshal has the carbine. I say we shoot the... We've got 18 inches. Yep. Shoot the crosshair, I reckon, with the carbine. Twice the crosshair. She's only got 2 health points. Target, half hard cover, he's a 5 or below. Miss. Miss. She now needs to take a nerve test, which is an 8 or below. Passes, just. Let's do it again. Let's shoot the crosshair again. Half hard cover. 5 or below. Misses. Nerve test. 6 or below is a pass. So the US Marshal took 2 shots at her, missed with both of them, and she didn't care one bit. Right. Next then. Matron's turn. Go for the matron, pistolero, crosshair. I think we should use the crosshair, and let's use the weapon. Let's use the Whitworth twice on the Marshal, US Marshal. He's got 4 health points. He's behind full soft cover. That's a 7 or below to hit. 9. Miss. He needs a 10 or below to do his nerve test. Got a good nerve as the US Marshal, and he passes it easily with a 3. So she's going to take another shot at him. US Marshal, full soft cover, roll a 7 or below to hit. 9, misses. Oh, there's a lot of missing going on here. And everyone's passing their nerve test. 10 or below to pass. Oh, he fails at 12. So he is going to have to retreat 3 inches back away from the attacker. Should be that direction. So 3 inches that way. But he is still on the table. He's not fled. Let's end turn. Let's go back then. We've got the deputy left. So the deputy was running off to try and help his comrade, but he's now dead. Although the deputy has lost a health. So let's use the bandage on him. And he's back up to full health. No bandages left though now. Now then, what's the weapon he's got? He's got a revolver. It's only 12 inches. Move 7. So you can go up to here, let's say. Let's move him up there. Let's move him 7, yeah. And that's their turn done. Right, the pistolera is a bit annoyed that that deputy has come up to the objective. She's going to take 2 shots at him. She's got a range of 12 inches, so let's have a look if he's in range. He sure is, he's 10 inches. So, pistolera, going to shoot the deputy. He's behind half hard cover, which is 6 or below. 9, a miss. Lots of missing. He needs 8 or below for his nerve. He fails. So he is running back 3 inches. Quite a kill zone over here. And he is still on the table. Now, he probably isn't in range anymore. he's just in range. 12 inches. Exactly. So she's going to take another shot with her dual pistols at the deputy. He's not in cover anymore. So that's an 8 or below to hit. And she hits. So this is 2d12. 8s or above will hit. Will wound actually, not hit. She does 0. He needs to get a 6 or below because he was hit. He wasn't wounded. And he fails, so it's another 3 inches back. Another 3 inches back, which is here. So pushing those marshals back. Now then. He failed, still on the table. So we've got all 2 of them back again. So we've got the deputy or the US Marshal. I think we need to get the US Marshal into cover. Let's get that US Marshal. What's his movement? He can move 8. See if we can get him right up to this objective here. It might be a bit risky. But you can. Right to the centre. Let's move him. And then he has, just could use his short carbine, which is 18 inches on someone. Let's aim for that matron, right in front of us. The matron, well, shall we not? Shall we go for the crosshair? She's only got 2 HP. If she's in range, 18 inches. Definitely. Let's go for the crosshair. Half hard cover though. Needs a 5 or below to hit. Oh, and he hits with a 4. That does mean he's got 2d12. 6s or above wound. 1 wound. So the crosshair's taken a wound. She needs to do a nerve test with a 6 or below. She fails miserably with a 12. I mean, she's going to have to retreat 3 inches away from the attacker, which is him. So that's sort of like this direction then. She's still on the table though. Might not be for much longer. Right, back to the Deadeye Daughters' turn. The matron is the only one who can have a go. She's got a carbine, 18 inches. That means she's probably going to have to shoot at the, yes, at the Marshal, at the US Marshal. So, carbine, use the weapon, US Marshal, he's behind half hard cover, which is a 6 or below. She hits. 2d12, 8s or above. No wounds, 0 wounds. But because she's hit, there's a nerve test of an 8 or below for the Marshal. He passes fine with a 3. But obviously she's got another action point. She's going to have another shot at the US Marshal behind hard half cover. 6 or below. 6, just. 8 or above, 2d12, 8 or above. That's 1 wound to the US Marshal. And he now needs an 8 or below. Passes nerve. Easy, with a 1. Alright, that's back to the marshal's turn. So it's only the deputy who can go. He has got the revolver, hasn't he, with a 12-inch range. Every time he goes up here, he gets a little bit shot back, but he's going to do it. He keeps going for it. He's going to move first. And then he's going to use his revolver against the pistolera. He's behind half-hard cover. It's a 5 or below to hit. 10. That's shockingly missed. So that means she needs an 8 or below with her nerve test. And she fails with a 10. So that means she's now retreating 3 inches back. There. Still on the table though. Now it's back to the Deadeye Daughters. So all 3 have action points available. So the crosshair, I think she probably wants to use her bandage on herself. And then she probably wants to shoot at someone. So we go for the deputy or the US Marshal. I think because she's got... Oh no, she doesn't want to shoot. She wants to get back into cover. So let's move her back into cover. Let's not shoot. And that was her go. Back to the Marshals then. So we've got both of them available again. US Marshal himself is down to 3 health. But I think he's just going to take 2 shots now. I think he's going to take 2 shots with his carbine, 18 inches. 18 inches with his carbine. Easy. 18 inches. Going to shoot the crosshair. She is behind half-hard cover now. This is a 5 or below. He hits her though, with a 3. 2d12, 6s or above. No wounds. A 2 and a 5. Shocking. Still need to do a nerve test though with a 6 or below. She got hit. Oops, let's put that there. Just with a 6. A pass. But that means he's going to do it again. He's going to shoot that crosshair with a 5 or below. Misses this time on 11. She still needs to do her nerve test, which is an 8 or below. Passes easy with a 4. So she's staying there. Right. Now it's the turn of the matron or the pistolera. Well, I think the pistolera, because she's not in cover, she's going to have to move up next to that barrel. She can move 8, so she's going to go there. Then she's going to obviously use her dual pistols to shoot the deputy, who is behind half-hard cover, as a 6 or below. 6 or below. Oh, terrible miss on a 12. So he needs to do a nerve test with an 8 or below. Passes easy on a 5. And that's the pistolera's turn. we'll be coming to the end of the game soon. But it looks like the deputy's got to go. And obviously he's going to be in range, so he's going to have 2 shots at her, or at least 1. At the pistolera, who's behind half-hard cover, which is a 5 or below. Hits on a 5. 1d12, a 7 or above to wound. 10 is a wound. So her nerve test is a 6 or below. She passes easy on a 4. So that means he's going to shoot her again. Pistolera, half-hard cover, 5 or below. A 3, he hits. 7 or above to wound. An 8, another wound. He is chipping her down. She needs a 6 or below to do a nerve test, see if she's staying there. She passes just on a 6. Back to the Daughters of Death's turn. The matron's the only one available to take a turn. So the matron has got the carbine. I think she's just going to shoot at the US Marshal there. It's behind half-hard cover. She's got 18 inches. Plenty. So she needs to get a 6 or below. Oh, I saw a 5 there, but a 10's a miss. So the US Marshal's 10 or below nerve test. Pass on a 4. So she's going to just shoot him again. The US Marshal, half-hard cover, 6 or below. Oh, let's not do it in there. 4. That's a hit. The carbine's a good weapon. It's got 2 damage dice. 8 or above. 2 wounds. Boom. US Marshal's getting wounded AF. So for his nerve test he needs to get an 8 or a below. And he fails his nerve test, so he's running 3 inches back. 2 inches back from the attacker. So it's that direction. He is running that way, back 3 inches. And he's still on the table. Right, back to the... So we've got the deputy and the US Marshal. So I think the US Marshal needs to get back into cover. He's going to run back up into cover. Definitely. He wants to get that half-hard cover there. And the objective, obviously. But because he's down to 1 wound, has he got bandage with a use? Yes, he has. He's going to use it on himself. But that's only going to take him back up to 2 wounds now. So we're back to the Daughters of Death. So I think we're going to... I think the crosshair is going to shoot at the US Marshal twice. It's behind half-hard cover, so it's a 7 or below to hit on the crosshair. And that's a hit. Could be dead here. 2 wounds, 2d12, 8 or above to wound. 0 wounds. That does mean he needs to do his nerve test of an 8 or below. So you can push him out of cover. Not with a 1, he's staying firmly there. So she's going to take a second shot at the US Marshal. Behind half-hard cover, which is a 7 or below. Another 1, easy. And now 2d12, 8 or above. Oh, I thought that was a 9. 6 and 11, so that's 1 wound. The US Marshal is down to 1 wound again. He's got an 8 or below for his nerve test. He's passed. Fine. With a 4. Okay. So it's looking likely that the... Ooh. It's a close call game. The Marshals have got 2 objectives, and the Daughters of Death have got 1 kill. So let's put in the results. The Daughters of Death have no minor objectives captured and no major objectives. The Scots Lawmen have 1 minor, 2 minor. I think we didn't say whether or not they were minors or majors. They were both, all 3 were the same. It's called the minors. Confirm that. To fix the dispute, because we haven't put 2 minors here. Let's confirm it. And it was a draw in the end. Interesting. So 2 points for the kills for the Daughters of Death, and 2 points for the minor objectives for the Scots Lawmen. So a good old draw there. Well, that's all I wanted to do tonight for this live stream. I will be doing more in the future, so stick around if you want to see another one. And I'm going to do a video all around how to actually play this game. But until then, goodbye.